Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Martin, or Aussie Comic Book Collector. What I do on this channel is I show off 4 books from random and I end on a key issue. I've had these sitting here for a couple of days now. I took a little bit of a break. Um, if you're familiar with my channel, you'll know that I just had some wisdom teeth out and it really knocked me around. So I needed a little bit of time to recover. But I wanted to keep going with this. So I had all these videos ready to go, but there was 2 more that I hadn't got around to filming, which is this video and then tomorrow's video. Now, they are just from random. And yeah, the last issue I want to talk about has something a little bit unexpected. But the first book I want to show off is Flash issue 222. Yeah, 222 from July of 2005. This is right when Geoff Johns was writing The Flash, and we had Howard Porter. I saw the name Porter there, and I'm thinking, what was his first name? What is his first name? It's Howard Porter. Yeah, we had Howard on art duties, and I was first made familiar with Howard from JLA from the early 2000s, and his artwork was, how do I say, it had its own unique style, and he brought a lot of action, a lot of interest to me on that title. But then he had an accident where he cut his hand open on he was making a martini, and the glass shattered, and it cut into his hand, and so he had a big break from comic books, and then he came back, and here he is here doing this work, and he hasn't missed a beat. It's as good as it ever was. And if you're a fan of Howard Porter, I strongly recommend that you track him down, ask him for a commission, buy his books, buy the trades, because yeah, he brings some really nice work to whatever project he's on. And yeah, that's the Flash. The next one is Batman and Robin issue 2 by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. Now, initially, I bought this series for the Gleason artwork. I have to say, I was made familiar with Gleason from the Sub Diego story from Aquaman, and just this loud, action-packed, jumping off the page type of artwork. And then he moved over to Batman and Robin, and I don't know. I go back and forth with Batman. Robin, I will read pretty much any iteration, with exceptions. But yeah, with Batman, it's always ebbing and flowing with me. I'm not a continuous reader of Batman, and so this series I kind of got after the fact. Like I read a bit and then I dropped off, and now I'm playing catch up. But yeah, really nice artwork. Um, don't know what else to say. I think, no, wait, I was going to say, I think this was when Dick Grayson was Batman, but no, it's New 52. It's Bruce Wayne as Batman. But why I didn't read this was because I had a mortgage. I had to kind of think about what I was spending my money on. I could only get an infinite amount of books each month, and unfortunately, this did not make the cut. But when I find it, you know, in a bin at a convention, if I know I don't have that issue, I will snap it up. The next one is Pep issue 242, a nice palindrome number there for fans of palindromes. Uh, and we have Archie in bed, and he's saying, "What a surprise! A visit from Reggie." And Reggie says, "I have another surprise. Your homework assignment." um, yeah. I don't know. I just spent, let's just say, a week and a half in bed, just resting, and none of my friends turned up to, just hang out with me and talk trash each day, and no one brought me homework assignments when I was in bed. um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just a standard Pep comic, standard Archie comic. Um, I don't know who's done the artwork. I believe, let's see, is there any signature on there? No. could be. It could be Dan DeCarlo, but I am not an Archie fan by any stretch of the imagination. I do have a fair bit of it, but I read it and I put it aside. I do remember this would have been, let's see, 13 years ago now. I have a local comic book shop in the city, but there used to be another one which was at the top of the hill in the city. So Melbourne is very much a hilly city. It's yeah. So there's a major hill and then a dip, and that's where my local one is. And then you have to go to the top where all the Parliament is. And there was an old comic book shop there, and they had a long box of Archie comics, and they said, Martin, we'll give it to you for $300. But again, I had a mortgage. $300 was a fair whack to my finances. And I said no, and it was runs of this nature. I think they'd gone through it, and there was no real keys, there was no innuendo covers or anything like that. It was just your standard Archie books. And for $300, I passed. But every now and then, I always think, what was in there? Maybe I should have had a bit of a look. Maybe I could have done a payment plan or something. But no, alas, it was not to be. Now, the key issue that I want to show off is Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse and Friends issue 297. This is from Boom Studios, and I think his name is Mike. I think Mickey and no, that can't be right. Oh, what's this guy's name? He's like the next door neighbor. The antagonist. Oh God, I can't remember his name. But the reason why I wanted to show this off, the reason why this is a key issue is there's a little panel in this, and it's got Harry Potter and Hermione and Rupert Grint. Oh God, well, I am spacing on people's names today. Harry, Hermione, and Bibbly Dibbly. What the hell is that guy's name? I cannot remember. But I'm going to keep going through and see if I can find it. Now, this is all magic based. And I picked this up because it's not really a book that I was reading a lot of. And I thought, yeah, I'll give this another go and I'll see, what it's like. And it was a lot of fun. No, there we go. All right. So that's the panel that I saw, and I read this really late at night one night, and I went, wait a sec, is that Harry Potter there? And is that Hermione? And is that what's his name? Rupert Grint. Why can't I remember that guy's name? I'm gonna go home, and my wife is gonna punch me in the face, and she's gonna say, "It is you idiot." Oh, okay. But yeah, so anyway, it was all magic based, and I picked this up, and I was that impressed with it that I ran with it for a fair while until the series ended. And they were bringing out Donald Duck at the time, and I also was getting that because it was a bit of a spy adventure. But then Boom lost the rights, and it went over to Marvel Disney, or Marvel, and then they didn't do anything with it, and then it just stopped. But yeah. I think it got to just over 300 issues from memory. But yeah, that's the key issue for this video. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to end the video and then I'm going to remember that guy's name. And then I'm going to go, oh, you twit. All right, that's the video. Thank you for sticking with me. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you wish to. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you at the next one. Bye.